1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's annoying. Right. One, two. Okay, calm. Test. Test 1. I know my place and I know what you want from me. Become another functioning member of society. I know my place. How's that do? Yeah, anything else? Yeah, I'll just stay near it. I know my place and I know what you want from me. Become another functioning member of society. I know my place, but I know my mind. You're leaving me no options but to leave all this behind.
Oh yeah.
I know my place and I know what you want from me. Become another functioning member of society. I know my place, but I know my bones. You're leaving me no options but to leave all this behind. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing on this fine Saturday? It's Saturday, isn't it? Saturday. How are you all doing then? Had a good Christmas off. It was before Christmas, I think. It was the last one of these. So we'll see how it goes afterwards. It's a bit of a weirder show today we've got planned, but hopefully it'll still be okay. And we've gone with the approach where I don't break it. I don't break a glass with a plastic cup, so that's always good. So yeah, this is a bit of a weirder one. If Callum could just let me know the mic is on and I'm not just talking to no one or myself, because that'd be good. No pressure. That's okay then. I had me worried for a bit. Anyway. We'll let you off this time then. Well, there once was a man who lost his own smile, and he wandered the country mile after mile, never quite knowing what he wanted to find. For his heart, it lay heavy in the weight of his mind. As he looked through the forest, through the tears in his eyes, for he knew that there were those who would will her to die. And he wept for his mother as he laid at her feet, and he heard a voice singing him softly to sleep. I'll be a queen, I'll be a mother, I'll be a mystical child, be your best friend, your lover, your wife for all time. Will there ever be another in this life of mine? Will there ever be another like my mystical child? So he walks the high hill and he looked out the sea, and he heard a voice calling out softly to him. It said, reach for your heart, boy, 'cause it wants to be free. And the next time you're crying, come running home to me. I'll be a queen, I'll be a mother, I'll be a mystical child, be your best friend, your lover, your wife for all time. Will there ever be another in this life of mine? Will there ever be another like my mystical child? As he walked through the valley, the fields and the trees, he came to a river where she waited for him. And they looked at the water and of life flowing by, and he heard a voice whisper, You're not alone in this fight. I'll be a queen, I'll be a mother, I'll be a mystical child. Be your best friend, your lover, your wife for all time. Will there ever be another in this life of mine? Will there ever be another like my mystical child? Will there ever be another in this life of mine? Will there ever be another like my mystical child? That's the weird one out the way anyway. Yeah, I thought I'd start the show a bit differently this week with one that we've never done before, and after that we'll probably never do again, so you're welcome. But we'll get back to a bit of more of some normality of songs that you may have heard. Oh, it's cardinal sin in songwriting to write about just writing. But I'm in a drought, nothing's coming out, so I've given up fighting. I know it's not that bad an issue to have. Oh, it's such a first world problem, and I hope it's wrong. We've got the mess up out of the way at the start. And I hope I'm wrong. What if this is my last song? Our fear is even greater. Maybe a minor E could add mystery and a sense of sad reflections. But that minor key is a trick, you see. It's just good old-fashioned misdirection. So I'm going back to the chords I had and contemplate the permutations, 'cause it's just a fuck. So if you can forgive me getting the words wrong, or maybe just bear with me forgetting them all the time, and we'll get through this together, 'cause it's just a song. It won't take long. No, it won't go on forever. Walking down the high street in the middle of Cologne, I got one eye on the pavement and the other's on my phone. Checking data Romans on and searching for Veylan. I'm not looking where I'm going, I nearly hit another man. I said, sure to go, she said, kein problem. I said, this Pascal, said, Alice, it's okay. Walking to a coffee for a coffee and a cake, and the waitress looked a little like the guy from Less Than Jake. She had shorter dreadlocks and a West Indian tan. I had to pay with €50. It was all I had. I said, sure to go. She said, kein problem. I said, Miss Pascal, She said, Alice, it's okay. I said, sure to go. She said, kein Problem. I said, this Pascal. She said, Alice, it's okay. You really shouldn't go around singing sorry all the time. But the apology, it never really seems to fit the crime. That's the trouble with you English, you're far too polite. And I said, yes, yes, X to me lies. Gonna find a shmiti in the middle of the night. I heard the engine roar and I was blinded by the light. I woke up in a hospital. I looked up at a guy who said he didn't notice me as he was driving by. He said, sure to go. He said, kein Problem. I said, this Pascal. I said, Alice, it's okay. He said, sure to go. I said, kein Problem. He said, this Pascal. I said, Alice, it's okay. I said, sure to go. I said, kein Problem. He said, this Pascal. I said, Alice, it's okay. And he laughed and said, you English, you're far too polite. And I said, yes, yes. Es tut mir leid. So how are we all doing then? We've got there's quite a few that we've not played on the stream before, and probably, as we're proving so far in the show, for very good reason. But we'll see how the rest of it goes, and you're all welcome to leave whenever you want, because I know that's probably the true part. Gunshot shattered on the peace at night. Just another firefight for the people of this little town. Well, for the dying soldier, well, he's feeling 10 years older now. He's lying face down on the ground. All the words that were in his head and all the words his mother said she would put him to bed back home. And your daddy, well, he died in the Falklands, fighting for another man's cause. And your brother, he was killed in the last war. And your mother, well, she's lying home alone. Every day she sees your face on the picture on the fireplace with your brother as he was leaving school. And a day came 5 years ago. You said, Mother, I need to know. And you spoke the words your brother spoke before. I've seen the things my daddy's done. I've seen the medals daddy's won. And I know this is what he would have wanted for me. And your daddy, well, he died in the Falklands, fighting for another man's cause. And your brother, he was killed in the last war. Your mother, well, she's lying home alone. And now God wonders, has it all? In whose name do these brave young heroes fall? And how many more are going to answer the call? They're gonna fight and fight for another country's war. They're gonna fight for a religion They don't believe in it all. They're gonna fight and die in a place they should never have been at all. Oh, never have been at all. And your daddy, well, he died in the Falklands, fighting for another man's cause. And your brother, he was killed in the last war. And your mother, oh, she's lying home alone. Encore. Thank you. What's next? Ooh. We'll return to a bit of songs we will have heard so far. Of one that's normally played quite early on, but we've put it in the middle today, just because we could. Who's ready to do some wowing at home? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey! One day I spent an hour and a half at Temple Meads, waiting for a train to wait until the flood recedes. And being mid-November, it's more than a little cold. I feel it in my bones these days, since I'm getting old. And Tony is well, you know, on tour I drive my van, but I've got this lift to Leeds on the tour bus from Nottingham. So this time I will take the train and I'll have to travel light. So I'm on tour with my heroes from now till Sunday night. Oh, there's no two ways about it, this is quite the life I chose. It's not glamorous or sexy, it's just how it goes. It's service station sandwiches for breakfast, lunch and tea, and I wouldn't change a thing, it's a land pirate's life for me. So after I had waited for an hour and a half, I gave up, I relented, not a single train had passed. So if I am to make sound check, then I will have to drive. So I went home and got in my van and hit the old M5. The motorways are kind to me and I arrived with time to spare. Met up with some other bands who were already there. Sound checked, had a bite to eat and then opened up the show. Then hung out with some strangers, they're just friends I don't yet know. There's no two ways about it, this is quite the life I chose. It's not glamorous or sexy, it's just how it goes. It's service station sandwiches for breakfast, lunch and tea, and I wouldn't change a thing, it's the land pirate's life for me. And now I'm miles away from anywhere I've been, in the company of thieves who stole my heart, my newfound friends. And given half the chance, I'd do it all again. Oh, I'd do it all again. Do it all again. In the blink of an eye, I would do it all again. So when the show was over, I headed up to Leeds, kept one eye out for a lay-by, I'm a man of simple sleeping needs. Then on to Birmingham, the London final show, but I can't drive my van inside that low emission zone. So one more time with fingers crossed, I had to get the train, and I hope to God he hasn't let those rivers flood again. One more show to play, and then for me this tour is done. It's done at least till next week when I start another one. Oh, there's no two ways about it, this is quite the life I chose. It's not glamorous or sexy, that's just how it goes. And it's service station sandwiches for breakfast, lunch and tea, and I wouldn't change a thing, It's a land pirate's life. Land pirate's life. Land pirate's life for me. Alright. Thank you. I think the issue I've made was playing some games before doing this, and it's really hurt my voice, so I'm hurting right now. Is one excuse for what's happening here. This is a song for someone I'm missing at the minute, I guess. Never been a smoker, but I'll share that one with you. I've never been a fighter, but I'll put up one for you. I've never been a drinker, okay, maybe one or two. 'Cause it helps to take the edge off being me. I've never been a gambler, but I'll take my chance on you. I'll play my winning hand and then I'll offer it to you. I've never been a dancer, but I want this one with you. 'Cause it makes me feel a little less like me. Yeah, it helps to take the edge off being me. I always went to school, but I never made the grades. Always read the rules, but I'm never in the game. I'm often out of focus, but I'm always in the frame. Never been a conjurer, but I'll make us disappear. Baby could go anywhere, anywhere from here. I'm only really happy when I'm lying in your arms, because it helps to take the edge off being me. Yeah, it makes me feel a little less like me. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm still in the Blake 7 shot. Don't bring that back. How are you all doing? We all still okay? This is a song that it's a bit iffy. We have played it before, but we normally play a slower version. So we're going back to this, the first ever one of these we did, where we played it a bit quicker. That old dog knows how to find me. It matters to know which road I travel on. And I thought those days were behind me. Turns out I could not have been more wrong. And he sits right there on my shoulder, a cold wet breath across my neck. And he said he'd leave as I got older, but he still creeps up when I least expect. And it's hard to say why it has to be today, and I can't explain how it feels. But a black dog day, Kippy just won't sleep away. And I'll never see him coming, but I'll keep running with him snapping at my heels. And there are no good reason for his visits. He requires neither catalyst nor cause. And he'll push me to my very limits, leaving nothing but the scars left by his claws. And he'll steal the wind right off my sails, and he'll leave me at the mercy of the waves. And I've tried, but I have failed to outrun him. I'm not fast enough on my feet to escape. And it's hard to say why it has to be today, and I can't explain how it feels. But a black dog day, Kippy just won't sleep away. And I'll never see him coming, but I'll keep running with him snapping at my heels. And it's hard to say why it has to be today, and I can't explain how it feels. But a black dog day, Kippy just won't sleep away. And I'll never see him coming, I'll keep running with him snapping at my heels. Thank you. Right, we get on to another one that we've played it before, but we haven't played it in a while, so we're just using this to play songs that we wouldn't normally play, really, for the first one back. And then next time we'll get into more of the normal shenanigans. This is a song by a man called Loudon Wainwright III. Very technical. For 15 odd years I have strummed on guitars, 5,000 lost flat picks, 4 fingertip scars. I must have broken a million strings, banging and strumming, playing these things, banging and tuning, playing these things. And it's been 15 years now that I've written songs, over 100. Still going strong about music and hockey and flying above again and again. Unhappy love, over and over, unhappy love. Woo! And it's music for money, but I'll do it for fun. I know how to do it, it's easily done. To stand on a stage doesn't make me afraid. I'm comfortable up there, it's got me paid. And it always amazes me when I get paid. So here I am doing all that I can do. You're playing, I'm grateful to you. Indoors or outdoors, at home and abroad, I sing these songs people sometimes applaud. It hasn't changed much, I just hope they applaud. Thank you. This bit's always easier to do live, the bit in between songs where you talk to people. I don't know what to say. No one's got anything. Ah. Right, there is a bit behind this song. So, basically, over the last couple of weeks and months of doing this, we've had some stick from people online, and then some saying it's ruining the. I've heard people say that it's like ruining the music scene and stuff with doing them online rather than live, and it's like ruining all music forever. And in my opinion, I don't know what yours opinions are on this. In my opinion, these people are wrong. Obviously, they can have their own opinions. That's fine. My opinion is they're wrong, and that people have really enjoyed music, and they've needed it over the last couple of months of lockdown. And I'm sure that as soon as live music starts, we'll all be out there rather than in our houses online. But for now, we make do with what we've got. This is a song called Face to Face. I'm doing what I need to survive, because it isn't safe for me to go outside. I'd take the hit financially if I could afford that luxury. It's a matter of necessity, not price. And even if it's face to face or shouting into cyberspace, I'm still going to play. And if you don't get what it's all about, well then you're really missing out. We'll carry on without you no matter what you say. And I know that you don't care anyway about the thin cause or the things you say. But can anybody tell me why I should have to justify myself for doing what I do, just in a different way? And even if it's face to face or shouting into cyberspace, I'm still going to play. And if you don't get what it's all about, well then you're really missing out. We'll carry on without you, no matter what you say. And I thought we were friends, but that's not how this ends. Because you find out who they really are, leave you with no doubt, leave you in the dark, in the dark. And even if it's face to face or shouting into cyberspace, I'm still going to play. And if you don't get what it's all about, well then you're really missing out. We'll carry on without you, no matter what you say. And even if it's face to face or shouting into cyberspace, I'm still going to play. And if you don't get what it's all about, well then you're really missing out. And we'll carry on without you, no matter what you say. And even if it's face to face. Thank you. I don't know if you've noticed, probably from song 4 or 5, I've been slowly losing my voice. So these are going to get slowly worse and worse as this night progresses. This is a song we normally do quick, but again, to change it up for a bit, just because I could, we've slowed it down. This is a song called Bigger Man, about bullying and stuff. Sorry son, you've got to go to school again today. 'Cause if you don't get educated, you'll never find your way. I know it doesn't seem it's worth it at the moment, but it's true. These are the best days of your life, my boy. Now would I lie to you? So grab your lunch and textbooks, get your ass out of the door, and I'll drop you at the gate where I've dropped you 1,000 times before. Do your best to learn some lessons, have some fun and make some friends. You've only got a few years left, and you'll thank me in the end. And I know it's hard, but don't cry, 'cause these things are sent to try. I find it hard to see, but you're always gonna be the bigger man. Thing is that you never see what happens when you go. I become the primary target for every boy that I know. You always taught me the best way to avoid a boy's fist is to ignore him and I'll move along, but that's not true, is it? So I accept my daily beating with a minimum of fuss, and accept the fact that that's just how it goes for kids like us, for the moderately intelligent or slightly overweight. Best years of your life might not be all that great, and I know it's hard, but don't cry, 'cause these things are sent to try. And I find it hard to see how I'm ever gonna be the bigger man. I never stood a chance, did I? The overweight religious kid with 4 eyes. Everything they put me through made me a bigger man than all of you. Then one day, 2 decades on, I'm drinking in a pub, and the guy that used to kick my ass in school just wanders up, and he tries to be all nice to me, as if everything had changed. I grabbed him by the throat, and carefully explained that a decade of sustainmental and physical abuse at the hands of him and all his friends unsurprisingly produced a good deal of possessed resentment and a tendency to snap. I don't wanna be your friend. How could you ever have thought that? And I thought you're hard, so don't cry, 'cause these things are sent to try. And I find, and these feel feelings now, and no comparison to how you made me feel at school. But I won't stick to being cruel. I'll walk away in peace, 'cause I'm always gonna be the bigger man. I bet that was a bit different for you, thank you. It's fair to say you've had a shocker of a year, but that's okay, it's why they invented beer. You seem lost, your friends will be your guides. Yeah, you got us, and plenty more besides. But if we don't talk about our problems, how are we supposed to solve them? I hope you know I'm always here. There shouldn't be an afterthought to say we got this wrong before. Would be the understatement of the year. And you know I'm only one phone call away, and I won't ever hesitate. I'll be there in a heartbeat by your side, and I won't care if all you wanna do is cry. But if we don't talk about our problems, how are we supposed to solve them? I hope you know I'm always here. There shouldn't be an afterthought to say we got this wrong before. Would be the understatement of the year. And I know when you're low and you can't see the sun, and it feels you've begun to drown. Take a hand of a man who knows how to fight and who won't take it lying down. It's fair to say you've had a shocker of a year, but that's okay. It's why they invented beer. But if we don't talk about our problems, how are we supposed to solve them? I hope that you know I'm always here. There shouldn't be an afterthought to say we've got this wrong before. Would be the understatement of the year. But if we don't talk about our problems, how are we supposed to solve them? I hope you know I'm always here. There shouldn't be an afterthought to say we've got this wrong before. Would be the understatement of the year. But if we don't talk about our problems, how are we supposed to solve them? I hope that you know I'm always here. There shouldn't be an afterthought to say we've got this wrong before. Will be the understatement of the year. Of the year. On the western edge of the Mendip Hills there stands a lonely peak, surrounded on three sides by seas, a peninsula so bleak. 60 feet above the waves, Breamdown Fort now stands. In 1864 was built to guard the western lands. With 7 guns, the fort was armed, each weighing 7 tons. 9 day and night by 50 men, fathers, brothers, sons. For nearly 40 years it stood, no shot in action fired. But in 1900, July the 6th, 5 AM it was retired. The blast was heard for miles around, the flames lit up the sky. No decent explanation found or ever given why. Suicide or accident, it's tragic either way. The mystery of Breamdown Fort, the tale of Gunnar Haynes. Well, Gunnar Haynes was a normal lad, a soldier 13 years, described as conscientious and reliable by his peers. And he spent the night in Burnham, maybe had a drink or two, but a flat tire on his bike would mean he missed the fort's curfew. For this minor indiscretion, Haynes was placed on charge. The punishment for lateness, unlikely to be harsh. They said this made him lose his mind, want to lose his life, by blowing up a magazine with the gunpowder inside. The blast was heard for miles around, the flames lit up the sky. No decent explanation found or ever given why. Suicide or accident is tragic either way. The mystery of bring down for the tale of Gunnar Haynes. Well, the magazine ignited in a single burst of flame, the blame for which laid firmly at the feet of Gunnar Haynes. The explosion's only victim will never get his day in court, so we'll never know what happens. That might have just been twice. That night at Breendown 4, the blast was heard for miles around, flames lit up the sky. No decent explanation found or ever given why. Suicide or accident is tragic either way. The mystery of Breendown for the tale of Gunnar Haynes. Thank you. Twice. It's just too easy. Right, we're going to do something different this week as well. Rather than just saying this is my last song and then standing over there and coming back again and playing two more, we're just going to play through the whole thing. And when I say this is my last song, it is the last song. So we've got 3 more, I'll let you know. You're nearly through your daily torture for the day. And you can get back on to doing whatever it is you actually want to do. I heard the song yesterday, so this could go 2 ways. Well, the year was 1991. Seems our freedom's dead and gone. The power of the rich is held by few. Keep the young ones paralyzed, educated by your lies. Keep the old ones happy with the news. Tell the singer not to sing their song. Tell the poet that she's wrong, and in the end, you'll win the case with lies, 'cause you sold them down the river. Whoa. Or do I belong to some ancient race? I like to walk in ancient places. These are things that I can't understand. Well, I do believe in your modern ways. Don't care about things you say. Your policies have failed the test of time, 'cause you sold them down the river. Whoa. Well, now there's a land not far away, many imprisoned 'cause they say the colour of your skin is not in question. Did you rally to their side? No, you sat back and let them die. I don't know how you get to sleep at night. At night! Or do I belong to some ancient race? I like to walk in ancient places. These are things that I can't understand. I do believe in your modern ways. Don't care about things you say. Your policies have failed the test of time, 'cause you sold them down the river. Whoa. The money market goes round and round, the pound goes up, the dollar goes down, and the South American forest cut down. You need the power for your new town, and you get scared when the boy comes down. Please tell where it is, we are bound. Bound! Well, do I belong to some ancient race? I like to walk in ancient places. These are things that I can't understand. And I do believe in your modern ways. Don't care about things you say. Your policies have failed the test of time, 'cause you sold them down the river. Whoa. Thank you. You don't need a record deal to make a record now. Just a laptop and some software and someone who knows how. You don't need a manager, you're managing just fine. Just a search engine and a phone, and dedicate some time. And you don't need anybody else. Yeah, you can do it all yourself. One day you might have all of those things that you don't need. A record deal, a manager, the whole world at your feet. But if you do it all yourself and get used to it now, it won't be such a culture shock on the way back down. You don't need a publisher to publicize your name. Just play 1,000 gigs instead, the outcome's just the same. And you don't need an entourage to pamper to your quips. You don't need a roadie, you can carry your own things. And you don't need anybody else. Yeah, you can do it all yourself. One day you might have all of those things that you don't need. A record deal, a manager, the whole world at your feet. But if you do it all yourself and get used to it now, it won't be such a culture shock on the way back down. You don't need a rider, a mad backstage request. Just a sandwich and some cider and somewhere to get dressed. You don't need a driver as long as you can drive. And you don't need a hotel, your backseat will suffice. And you don't need anybody else. Yeah, you can do it all yourself. One day you might have all of those things that you don't need. A record deal, a manager, the whole world at your feet. If you do it all yourself and get used to it now, it won't be such a culture shock on the way back down. And one day you might have all of those things that you don't need. The entourage and a rider, the hotel and the driver. But if you do it all yourself and get used to it now, it won't be such a culture shock on the way back down. On the way back down. Wow. Thank you. My voice has been slowly going all throughout this whole set. I think it might just have gone. So we're going to do one more and then bugger off and let you actually enjoy the rest of your night. Again, thank you for coming. I'll drop my pick. Normal stuff. Bandcamp.com. It's either / or dot. I'm not sure which you want. It's either bandcamp.com .joefoxmusic. I'll post it on my Instagram afterwards. I can't remember a thing. This is a song called Let the East Winds Blow. When I can play the right chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. Why would I moan about doing this? But you see, it's more than just a saying. To say that home is where the heart is. You see, I take the rush of playing over almost anything, but I have found no better feeling than the glow the home fire brings. So let the east winds blow and let them take me home down this lonely road to see my love again. Because I miss my creature comforts, my comfy sofa, my big TV, and the love of a good woman. And I like to think she misses me. See, there are two bird dogs who wander, content to endlessly rove alone. But I like to strike a healthy balance between the open road and home. So let the east winds blow and let them take me home down this lonely road to see my love again. I love to travel, but I ain't no Kerouac. I hit the open road and it hits me right back. So let the east winds blow and let them take me home down this lonely road to see my love again. So let the east winds blow and let them take me home down this lonely road to see my love again. So let the east winds blow and let them take me home down this lonely road to see my love. Take me down this lonely road to see my love again. Thank you. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed whatever this has been tonight, and yeah. Do we want a song that we can all join in to sing along with? Well, I say all join in. If you want to join in, you have to learn the words to the chorus on the first time round. And I've only just put this in the set list, so I haven't practiced this in a week. Does anybody here have a strong hatred towards Justin Bieber? Or let's change the question. Does anyone here like Justin Bieber? And if you like Justin Bieber, I'm sorry for what's about to happen, and you should probably stop watching now. And if you do not like Justin Bieber, then keep watching. There's a fever sweeping across the country now. It's even worse than all the fans of Glee. He's on every bloody cover, ba-da-da-da-da-da, of every magazine, ba-da-da-da-da, rotating normal folk like me. Are you ready? If I could punch your face, it'd be Justin Bieber's. There's not a trace of doubt in my mind, 'cause he's an arse. Woo! 'Cause I'm Justin Bieber, hope he gets fever or even hives. He was only 12 when he wrote his first biography in crayon. His face adorns the shelves of every shop. His body's sickening, but all the girls go crazy, ba-da-da-da-da-da, 'cause he's a prince of pop. What will happen when his bollocks drop? If I could punch your face, it'd be Justin Bieber's. There's not a trace of doubt in my mind, 'cause he's a knob. Ooh, 'cause I'm Justin Bieber singing Baby Oh like a billion times. He's got a stupid haircut, he wants his monkey back. You couldn't tire from giving him a slap. If I could punch your face, it'd be Justin Bieber. There's not a trace of doubt in my mind. Switch his music off. Ooh, fucking hell. Ooh, destroy Beaver fever and poke Justin Bieber in the eyes. If I could punch your face, it'd be Justin Bieber's. Seek medical advice if you've got Bieber fever, 'cause it's worse than clap. Thank you, and I'll see you later.